not even from Atlanta that I made money with. Bring me and him to this man. I walk in here and see this man. We were the Yin Yang twins and I still had a therapist.
What if I told you that behind one of the most iconic duos in music history, there was a story so wild it involves Disney, Britney Spears, and a police standoff with kids in the car? So grab your juice, get comfortable, because we are about to get low and dig deep into the untold story of the Ying Yang twins. In 2012, D'Angelo Holmes, our beloved D-Rock, found himself in a world of trouble at Gwinnett County, Georgia. Police pulled over a Cadillac for driving dangerously with none other than D-Rock behind the wheel. And making matters worse, in the back seat were his two children, a 3-month-old and a 2-year-old. D-Rock allegedly also had a stash of weed and Xanax pills that he didn't have a prescription for, and he was driving under the influence. He ended up facing a list of charges, including DUI, drug possession, and 2 counts of child endangerment.
And they gave me a DUI because I refused to blow. My lawyer always told me don't blow. Yes, I was high. No, was no pill. Yes, I had my kids in there with me.
It was the kind of scandal that makes record labels nervous and fans question everything. But how did we get here? Let's rewind back to the 70s, the decade where these two individuals were born. Their names, Eric Jackson, who would later be known as Kane, born on December 16, 1978, and D'Angelo Holmes, who would be known as D-Rock, born on February 23, 1979. D-Rock got an early start in the industry and even signed with a record label. When he was only 16 years old in 1995, he collaborated with rapper Diamond and featured on the remix of Bankhead Bounce. And his first solo album, Inglewood for Life, came out the same year. On the other hand, Kane was also making a name for himself as a sharp lyricist and beatboxer.
It's the Yin Yang twins, back at it again, Front Street serving.
One day they ran into each other in a store where D-Rock expressed to Kane that he was tired of rapping but had to record at least one more album before he could get released from his contract. Kane was willing to help and came up with a crazy idea. Here's what he told Beehive ATL.
I said, let's go sit down and write the album. Now, he said, you serious? We went right back to the store, bought some notebook, pen, and paper, wrote 18 songs. The name of the album was D-Rock and the Two Tight Click.
In 1997, the album D-Rock and the Two Tight Click was released, with Kane featuring in 9 of the tracks.
See you later, got my bone, every bitch just take a home.
Their bond was made in the clubs and studios of East Atlanta, but especially bonding over their disabilities. D-Rock was born with an underdeveloped left hand, and Kane was born with cerebral palsy, which makes him limp as he walks, and have expressed the challenges of what it's like to be different.
Told my mama, your son has the disease and he's handicapped, he's crippled, but he is ineligible for us to pay him. How the I'm 41 years old now.
So many people thought that they were family, but get this, they weren't brothers or even cousins. They were 2 separate acts until a local producer named Michael Seacrums, known as Mr. Collar Park, saw the magic. He saw their contrasting styles not as a clash, but as a perfect balance. And in 1997, he put them together and the Ying Yang twins were born. They dropped their debut album, Thug Walkin', with the catchy single, Whistle While You Twerk.
Whistle while you twerk.
They took the innocent, cheerful melody from Disney, Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, and laid it over a thunderous Atlanta bass beat. It was disrespectful, hilarious, and absolutely brilliant. Disney sued them and their label over the unauthorized sample, forcing them to release a new version of the song.
Whistle While You Twerk grossed $1 million. That's how we got to deal with Universal. That lady walked right up and said, excuse me, thank you. I ain't never tell y'all can use my
Their distinctive sound helped make a name for them in the growing crunk movement, which was synonymous with Southern rap. They were loud, turnt, and in your face, growling, howling, screaming, and the world absolutely loved it. They teamed up with fellow Atlanta producer / rapper Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, appearing on the album Kings of Crunk with the 2002 masterpiece Get Low. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing it. It was a cultural reset and defining moment for the Ying Yang twins, and what would get them out of the underground and into the mainstream.
It came across the bottom. Lil Jon, the East Side Boy, Get Low, #1 song in the country. Pick that phone up. Hey man, why we sitting at home? We got #1 song in the country.
It is also from there that Lil Jon became a huge contributor to every album release of the Ying Yang twins.
Now, everybody don't know that Lil Jon has been on every Yin Yang album.
In 2003, they signed with TVT Records. TVT released My Brother and Me in 2004 that yielded 3 more hits: What's Happening, Naggin', and Salt Shaker, a collaboration with Lil Jon. The album went ahead to be certified platinum. That same year, the duo appeared on the album In the Zone by pop princess Britney Spears with the song I Got That Boom Boom and her television special of the same name. In 2005, a new album titled USA, United States of Atlanta, was released with Wait, the Whisper song. A track made almost entirely of whispers that was somehow one of the rawest, most explicit songs to ever hit the radio. Together with Bad and Shake featuring Pitbull, also from the album. The group's 5th album, Chemically Imbalanced, was released in November 2006. Here, the twins collaborated with producers Wyclef Jean and Keith Duplessis, in addition to Mr. Collie Park, who produced the majority of the songs on the group's previous album. The album had hits like Dangerous and Take It Slow. Later on, Mr. Collie Park decided to end the partnership with the twins on claims that he had to focus on the other artists that he seemed to have neglected.
I felt like, they felt like they could do their own thing. I just like, cool. And that's when I went and did my label deal with Interscope.
Without Mr. Collie Park, the duo seemed to have lost its momentum, and sales started slipping, even though they continued to release new music. In 2010, the twins released their last album with Deep Records, Yin Yang Forever.
And we still together, here to let you all know it's Yin Yang forever.
And started a tour titled Yin Yang Forever Tour. Things weren't always a party. Rumors went around for years about creative differences. Kane allegedly wanted to explore more complex themes and lyrical structures, while D-Rock was stuck with the heart of their get up and get wild crunk identity. Meanwhile, D-Rock's piling legal troubles didn't help. While the 2012 DUI was the most public incident, it wasn't the only time he'd had run-ins with the law. It was also revealed that D-Rock had major financial issues and was even struggling to pay child support. In November 2013, he was back again in the headlines, this time for assaulting his wife, Portia Holmes. On the other hand, Kane has always been the more private of the two. He's a husband and a father, and keeps his family life fiercely guarded, far away from the public eye. Their song, Halftime, Stand Up and Get Crunk, is now a standard in many National Football League stadiums and is considered to be the unofficial anthem of the New Orleans Saints during their Super Bowl victory season. On June 29, 2012, Ying Yang Twins revealed on Twitter that they had signed to Epic Records and released their first single from their untitled album, Fist Pump, Jump Jump, featuring singer Greg Tekos. Their Christmas song, Deck Dog Club, featured heavily in the 2019 Christmas show of the Unbelievers podcast. A track that proves that crunk music still lives on. However, in July 2022, a video went viral, and it wasn't of them performing a hit. It showed D-Rock collapsing on stage in the middle of a concert in Missouri, on stage during a Vanilla Ice concert. He was carried off by security, and the crowd was left in stunned silence. He later explained that it wasn't a heart attack or anything life-threatening, but a case of severe dehydration.
I kept saying it was hot. And after that, I was down. The paramedics were there. They checked me. They was like, yeah, he just dehydrated.
Today, they are fully embracing their legacy status, touring the country on nostalgia circuits with other 2000s era legends like Chingy and Petey Pablo. And in 2025, they appeared on stage at the Millennium Tour, which is a multi-city concert series featuring a lineup of popular artists from the 2000s. Their net worth estimates vary wildly, as they often do, for artists from that era. Some sources place their combined to the world.